We're going to just give you a very brief beginning. We know you've been with us for a while in most cases, and so you know this story, but we want you to focus upon it right now just for a moment, because it's important to everything else that comes about today. So here you are in these magnificent bodies, and you understand your personalities to some extent, and we want you to feel with us, if you can, a little bit, the importance of you here now. We don't just mean in this room, we mean in this body, in this personality, in this time and space. And so it matters that you're here. You came with great intent. So here you are. You came from non-physical, and some of you acknowledge that. You believe that there is something after this life experience, and it's logical that there was something before this life experience. We would like you, before we're finished here today together, to have a clearer understanding of how the non-physical meshes with the physical, and how important the physical is to the non-physical, as the non-physical is important to the physical. We would like you to understand that we really are all one, with the potential of blending more than most physical humans allow, because of the thoughts that they are thinking. But you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and of course you will be source energy once you have what you call your death experience. There is no death because you are eternal. But as you take your focus from this body and re-emerge back into the non-physical, of course there is that experience. But what we want you to understand is that even while you are here in this physical body, that the larger part of you, the energy from which you have come and the energy to which you will return, is still present and active with you. Sometimes you refer to that as your soul. Sometimes you refer to that as your guardian angels. Sometimes you call that God. It doesn't matter what the label is, but it is important that you understand the existence of that source energy part of you, because that source energy part of you has a point of attraction too. Just like you get what you think about, well, that source energy part of you gets what you think about too. So in all moments that you are conscious and in this physical body, awake and focused, you are calling a point of attraction to you, but your inner being is also calling a point of attraction to the non-physical part of you. So there are 2 points of attraction, you might say, that it is to your advantage to blend. You sort of get what we're talking about? The non-physical you is focused upon your furthermost evolution. When you know what you don't want and you ask for more, that more is immediately integrated into that non-physical awareness, and that more money, or that more love, or that more appreciation, or that more clarity, that more whatever it is that your life has caused you to ask for, is being lived now by that non-physical part of you. And law of attraction is responding to that new, evolved you. That non-physical you that happened because the physical you had a leading edge experience and asked for more. This is what the evolution of all species is about. So that non-physical you is now standing in this more expanded place, and law of attraction is responding to you in that more expanded place. And the difference between you over here in your physical body and you over here in your non-physical beingness is that in your non-physical beingness, you don't contradict your own desire. You don't put opposing engines on the other end of your train. But in your physical form, when you do that, you cause separation, not between you and what you want. Yeah, but that's not the important part. Between you and the expanded version of you. And that's what causes you to feel negative emotion. When you're thinking a thought in your physical body that harmonizes with the knowing of your inner being, the emotion that you feel is one of love or elation or passion or satisfaction or interest or clarity. But when you're thinking a thought that is opposing what your inner being source you knows, then you feel agitation or dis-ease. You feel uneasiness, or you feel overwhelmment, or you feel blame or guilt or anger or fear or some negative emotion. And so every emotion that you feel First of all, is happening in the now, and we want you to know that the now of you in your physical body and the now of you in your non-physical realm is the same now, because your inner being is not thinking about where you used to be or where you're going. Your non-physical being is focused on you right here, right now. This is where the leading edge is. This is where all the power of creation is. There has always been a now, and the now has always been powerful. But what most humans don't know about this now is that this now out here on this leading edge is where all that is non-physical is focused too. Humans have got that so confused in their mind because you tell stories to yourself, flawed premises, like source is already done with creation and source is sitting and waiting for you to catch up, and nothing could be further from the way that it is. You can't explain eternity in that way, with somebody being done with something. No one will ever be done with anything. The non-physical is forward with you. And that's why when life causes you, genius you, out here on the leading edge to want something more, and you launch that rocket of desire, your inner being is all over it, knowing it, holding the light, holding the attention upon it. And law of attraction is responding to that, calling all cooperative components to this new creation of you, calling you too. The question is, are you going? And the answer is in your emotions. If you feel great, the answer is yes, you're going along with your new expansion. But if you feel negative emotion in some way, then you're not going along, not right now. Right now, you've got active in you a thought that isn't letting you go. And that's the whole point of why we're visiting with you and why you've called us forth and what it is that you want to know. You want to understand how to create your own reality, how to be the pure positive energy being that you are. So we've been breaking it down for you in some rather rudimentary steps. Step one is you in your physical form, ask for something. And we tell you when it is asked, it is given. Wrote a whole book about it so you'd believe it. When you ask, it is given. When you ask, it is given. When you know what you don't want, you ask for what you do want, even if you don't put words to it yet. And it is immediately given because it is a vibrational reality. That's what we're calling this vibrational sphere, where the new evolved you is. And law of attraction is bringing all cooperative components. But the tricky thing is, tricky seeming to you, it's perfectly logical to us, because we understand that vibration precedes all things that are manifested. It's been that way from the beginning of time. In other words, there's got to be a thought, and the thought has to get some momentum going before the thought has enough attraction power to start manifesting into a way that it can be seen more fully through physical senses. Doesn't that seem logical? That a full manifestation is just a more evolved, longer thought about manifestation. So what happened to you is you were born into an environment where in most cases you could see and hear and smell and taste and touch things around you, because you were born with translators of vibration. Your eyes translate vibrations so that you can see. So you are a translating of energy genius, and you say, oh, here's reality. Well, that's a wonderful thing that you can become immersed in reality. But the thing about you being immersed in reality is that it makes you sometimes only want to be immersed in the already manifested reality. So you get all motivated and activated and enamored with the what is, the what I can already see and hear and smell and taste and touch. And the problem with that is, if you're only offering your vibration about what you're observing, then you can only create more of what you are already observing. If you want something different than what is, you've got to offer a vibration that's different than what is. And that takes some discipline, because what is attractive to you because you can see it. Your airways are full of conversations about what is, even though your environment wants so much that is so different from what is. You keep beating the drum of what is, and so you keep recreating what is. It's like a regurgitation process that's happening in immense proportion right now around you. You can't get something different if you're just talking about what is. So step one is life causes you to ask for something new. And step two is, in this vibrational reality where you have shot your rocket, your inner being has become immediately a full vibrational responder and now emitter of a signal of that new request, whether it's a relationship that's improved, or whether it's a relationship that is new altogether, or whether it's an enterprise or a material object or a pile of money. It doesn't matter what it is that you are asking for. Clarity rather than confusion, happiness rather than unhappiness. It doesn't matter. Once you've launched the rocket, your inner being is there. And we want you to know that there where your inner being is really current time. It's current tense. And what's manifested in your experience is old news, because it took some time for everything that you are living to turn from thoughts to things. So by the time you're looking at it, it's old news. It's like watching a replay of a ball game, and you, while you can't see it real time, and that's what bothers you. That's why you look at the old news, because you can at least see it. You can sense it. You can sense it. You can feel it. You have emotions that let you feel it. You can feel secure even if you don't have enough money right now in your bank.